Hi there, I'm Perfumer in a Jar, and this is the first video of the brand new series called From Idea to a Bottled Scent. This is going to be a 10 to 20 videos long series where I take you through the entire process that I would go through to take an idea that I have in my head and turn it into a bottled, branded scent that's available for purchase online. And in this video specifically, I want to walk you through the entire process before we start, plus tell you a little bit about me and why you would want to listen to me in the first place. I must say that this is my process. This is how I would do it with my 9 years of experience in branding and business. But keep in mind that this is not textbook knowledge, and the big companies that actually launch perfumery products likely go through a different process. What I'm going to share with you is just to give you an idea for what the process might look like. That means this series won't cover absolutely everything that you need to know to compete with these big brands. But if you're somebody who has ideas and you don't know where to go, you don't know what to do, you don't really understand what it might take to have a brand, then this series will help you. Or if you're somebody who simply has ideas and you want to see your perfumes in nice bottles and maybe sell some of them, again, this will help you, because we're gonna go through all of that. Just had to put that disclaimer out there so people don't get mad at me that I don't follow some industry standards or whatnot. Alright, let's go through the process that we're gonna follow. First, in the next video, we're going to explore accords. This is the first and the most important step because the way I approach new formulations and new ideas is I combine accords. The perfume that we're gonna make is going to be unique. It's not gonna be just ISO super diluted in perfumer's alcohol, and this is also not going to be me duplicating some perfume that I saw online. This is gonna be literally me looking at my accords library and combining them in a unique way. I've done this before and the result was pretty interesting. Once we have this core theme and we know where we're going, what kind of accords we're gonna combine, we're going to draft the formula. We're gonna have the actual grams. I'll show you how to use the app that I built, and we're also going to check the formula against IFRA to make sure that it's safe for the skin and for selling later on. After that, we're going to blend a demo of this formula and we will see how to refine this even further. Now these 4 steps you can take as long as you want for this, and you can come back to the first step and explore new accords or reformulate or improve and refine the existing one until you're truly satisfied. These first 4 steps will take as little or as much time as you want. I won't spend years on the first 4 steps because I want to release this series in like a month or so, which means that my formula won't be as refined, but that's simply a problem of iteration. It's not a problem of direction or even a problem with the entire system that I'm showing you here. Simply put, the final fragrance I will be bottling for me will be more like a draft because I won't spend as much time on it as maybe you want to, but you don't have to rush it. You can take as long as you want until you're satisfied with the scent, and then you can move on with a series with the next step, which is the brand strategy. If you want to start a perfume brand, you will want to spend some time answering questions about your brand in order to really understand what it is going to be like, what is your audience, what kind of imagery and graphic design you need to use in order to communicate your specific brand values. I won't talk too much about what a brand is in this video right now, but I will when we get to the brand strategy. Don't worry, I will share with you all the questions that you need to ask yourself. These are the exact questions that I ask my branding clients that I do outside of YouTube, because I work with companies and help them brand and design and do all this other digital stuff, which I can help you as well if you want to. Just reach out to me. But once we're done with the strategy and mood boarding, we are going to design. We're going to create labels. We're going to create packaging. We're going to create testers and choose what kind of bottles we want, what kind of caps, all of this. By the end of this 6th step, you're gonna have digital files that you are ready to order or send to printing companies and whatnot. Which leads us to the next step, the 7th one, is where we're going to order supplies. For this project that I'm gonna do here, we will need a bottle, we will need packaging, like a box where to put the bottle in. We're gonna need some labels, and we might also want tester bottles and some other things. I will show you where I would order these supplies. We will also talk about how to research and how to figure out where to buy these things in bulk, and what kind of suppliers, where do you even get this stuff from. These first 7 steps for me hopefully will take 2 weeks or 3 weeks, which is great because we won't be diluting the formula when we blend it. In step 3, we will keep it as undiluted as possible in order for maturation process to take place and for the molecules to combine and integrate with each other. If we ignore this and we dilute it already, the alcohol is going to separate the molecules and make it harder for them to integrate, which just means that all the different notes in the perfume will smell separated. Surely over time, maybe years, it would improve itself, but we can avoid all that if we just don't dilute right at the start. We let it sit for 2-3 weeks and then we dilute. Therefore, by the time we reach step 8, where we want to package and bottle the liquid, my concentrate will have already matured a little bit. We're going to test different dilution levels such as 8, 15, 20 to see which one of these has a balance between projection and longevity. Once everything is nice and packaged, we're going to take some photos. We're going to use online tools to improve this photography, and then we're going to set up the store. There are multiple options based on your budget. There's Shopify, there's Wix, there's WordPress. You can even code the website yourself if you fancy. But we will talk about good design practices, some e-commerce basics and fundamentals that you might want to know. And I will be setting up a store in order to sell this example perfume. We'll also talk about copywriting and things like that. So everything. Like I said, I want to give you a comprehensive idea for what it takes to launch a product. At least how I would do it if I was going to do it. Finally, in the last step, we're going to talk about marketing, because marketing is 80% of any business. If you don't do marketing, nobody knows who you are and they cannot buy from you. I'm going to give you some strategies that you can use to get your first sale. If you have watched this far, you probably are interested in this whole series, and you might be wondering, why would you listen to me and who am I to talk about launching a product? In this part of the video, I will tell you a little bit about myself. To be honest, I have not launched a perfumery product before, but I have launched digital products. And for the past 9 years, I've been around business. I've been around companies that do stuff and make actual money. I've worked with a business in the perfumery industry, and I've worked with an e-commerce growth agency. So I've been around quite a lot of e-commerce stores. I've also developed for an agency that codes these stores. And I have an extensive understanding about graphic design in general as a design thinking, plus branding, marketing, and of course, development, I've been doing this for the last 9 years of my life. With all of this, I want to say that I have a good understanding about the big picture of a business. I understand how the different elements like design, branding, marketing, development, product photos, how all of that integrates together and how all of that helps you run a business. So this series is not just going to be a theoretical exercise. It's not going to be a one-dimensional focus on just the graphics or just the marketing side. This is going to be a comprehensive overview, perhaps a little bit basic, but still comprehensive and still should be useful for the people who have no experience in these fields or simply are not familiar with branding a product or a company. You've reached the end of the video. What you're going to get if you follow this series is you're going to have a scent that you like. You're going to have it branded and packaged nicely. You're going to have taken product photos for it. You will have it uploaded to an online store where people can buy from, and hopefully you can have your first sale. One final note is that for the next video, we are going to be exploring different accords. Now, I already have over 30 different accords that I can combine and play with, so it would be helpful if you already have some for yourself. At least the basics like the Grosjean, the Fougere, the Amber, maybe a fruit accord, maybe some flower accords. You can find them online on Instagram or YouTube or the Bass Notes forum. Just Google whatever accord you want to recreate. Look around, try something, and start building your accords library, because that will make the next steps much easier. But in case you don't have any accords and you just want to follow this series using whatever I have, that is fine too, because I will be sharing the formula for this perfume that I'm going to be creating with you, and you can follow along with whatever you have and just work alongside me. Now that's all. See you in the next video.